I know we've been bogged down in exponents for a while. I don't want to just stay there. I wanted to move on. Tomorrow's a review block for your test on Monday. Okay, I'll outline the test, exactly what's going to be on it, how many questions, all that kind of stuff. And then it'll just be a sort of study block. I will give you some review packages, and you just ask me lots of questions if you have them. Okay? All right, last thing for this unit is scientific notation. I'm assuming people have seen scientific notation before, but I don't actually know. Do you do it in grade 9? Like this kind of stuff? 9.3 times 10 to the 4. Have you seen that? Perfect. Well, let's learn it now. So you're going to be ahead of the game. Okay, so sometimes in science, hence the name scientific notation, you have really big numbers or really small numbers, and nobody wants to write 27, whatever that is. All right, that's a lot of zeros. I don't want to keep writing that all the time. So what they do is instead of writing all those zeros, they use this sort of notation. Okay, times 10 to the 4, times 10 to the 5, or -3, or whatever. Okay. How it works is this is called standard notation when you have a regular number. 61,500, that's standard notation. All right. Scientific notation is you go to the decimal spot. Even if they don't write a decimal, you kind of put one there. Okay. And then you're going to move that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Okay. You don't write. I don't know what to say here. So then I'm going to write, hang on, 6.15. So the first 3 numbers times 10 to the power of how many spots you move the decimal. So how many spots did we move the decimal? So 6.15 times 10 to the 4 is equal to 61,500. Okay? The other way you can think of it, that a lot of people don't really think of it this way, 6.15, this is the same as 6.15 times, how many 10s are there in this notation? 4 of them. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Okay? Nobody really writes that, but that's sort of the idea, is it's 6.15 times 10 to the blah. Now, you could have done this. I could have moved the decimal 1, 2, 3 spots and gone 61.5 times 10 to the 3. Now that is technically the same answer. All right? Does everybody see how that's the same answer? Problem is, in scientific notation, this number, the number in front of the decimal, has to be between 1 and 9. You can't have like 61 there. Okay? So you always move it to the first digit. Is that clear? Yeah.
So you always do the first 3 digits of the decimal?
You don't have to do the first 3. Like we'll do this one here. Okay, I'll show you. So 500,000. I put the decimal there. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what do I write? Yes. But I'm going to put 5.0 times 10 to the power of 5. Okay? Just so I can see the decimal point. All right? But if you wrote 5 times 10 to the 5, that's not wrong either. And when you get to grade 11, physics and chemistry, they'll talk about significant figures, and that's when the decimal places become important. We don't really care about them right now. So for you, if it's 615, write 6.15. If it's 500,000, write 5.0. What am I going to write for this? How many decimal places am I moving the decimal? 1, because it's already there, right? So this gets moved. Whoops. It's moved 1 spot. So it's 4.63 times 10 to the 1. That's scientific notation. Now, nobody would write 4.63 times 10 to the 1. They just say 46.3 usually. Okay? So that's going from standard notation to scientific notation. What if you want to go the other way? So what if I want to take my scientific notation and rewrite the other thing? Well, put the first two numbers there. You know where the decimal is, right? It's there. We're going to move it to the right this time. So how many spots to the right am I moving it? 2, whatever this number is, that's where you move it. So we started there. It's right there. I go 1, 2. It finishes there. What do I put in that empty spot? A 0. So 9.2 times 10 to the power of 2 is 920. Okay? If you want to think of it in expanded notation, it's 9.2 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 9.2 is 920. Okay? So what about this one? 1.4 times 10 to the 6. How many spots am I moving the decimal? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're filling everything with a 0. Boom, boom. So it's 1.4 million. Is that okay? We're good? Okay. Flip the page then, please. It's going to be a very short lesson. Actually, we'll do one of these. So top of the page, 44. Let's write 3.8 times 10 to the 7 in standard notation, like a regular number. So, how many spots do I move the decimal? So that's 38 million. There it is written without all the lines. Okay? When you get good at this, you don't have to do the little loop-de-loop thingies. You can just do it. Okay? All right. Now, what if you have a really small number? For example, this is the mass of an electron. 0.00000, I don't know, a lot of zeros. Okay? Nobody wants to write that out. So if you're going to write that in scientific notation, we take the last number and we have to count how many spaces we move the decimal to get there, which is a lot. We're going to do smaller ones. We're going to do these ones, okay? So let's do this one, 0.00053. You're going to move the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, you want your first number in scientific notation to be between 1 and 9. So I write 5.3. All right. You wouldn't move it past the 3 because then your first number would be 53. How many spots did I move the decimal? So you go times 10 to the -4. When it's a really small number, it's negative. Okay. So what's the next one? Times 10 to the what? You know it's going to be negative. -7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. If you only went to here, if you only went to there, then it would be 0.7 times 10 to the minus 7, which is still the same number. But can your leading number be less than 1? No, it has to be greater than 1. It has to be between 1 and 9. So that's why it's that. All right, what about going the other way? 3.1 times 10 to the minus 3. How many spots am I moving the decimal? 3 times. Which way am I moving the decimal? You're going backwards or to the left, right? Because we know it's a small number. So we're going to take it here and go 1, 2, 3. Fill those in with zeros. Your decimal is there. So you can put the decimal. It's 0.0031. You don't have to put that 0 if you don't want to. All right? But that's where your decimal goes. What about the next one? How many spots am I moving the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill them all in. So it's 0.000085. Are we okay? Yeah? Better than the other stuff we were doing? Okay. I would like you to do number 8, please. 8 and 9. Sorry, 8 and 9. 8 and 9.